Hello, everybody. So, I'm not coming from my studio. I'm in my new home. Um, so I don't like the lighting on my face. I wonder how I could change that. But anyway, I'm not in my studio. It's not quite ready yet. So I'm sitting at my dining room table, and then got the bay windows behind me here. As you can see. Okay. So this is going to be a very long show today. There isn't a lot of news out there today that yet anyway. So if anything major breaks, I will go live again later this week. I won't, since this will be a short show, but let's get right to it. We got the football recruiting going on. Iowa had its big weekend over the weekend of they invited 20 recruits over the weekend. 13, I believe, no, 8 of which or 7 of which are already committed, and then another 13 that are uncommitted. Also, a little bit of recruiting news. Iowa did get a commit out of the weekend from Trevor Locke. He's a 4-star offensive lineman, offensive tackle, and we beat Ohio State out for him. You know, the nice thing about this is beating like an Ohio State or an Alabama for an offensive lineman is there's a couple of things here. Okay. Lost my train of thought there. So, at Ohio State, they are so deep with talent. He may not be able to get to play until his junior and senior year at Ohio State. But yes, could he play for league title? Yes. Could he play for a possible national championship? Yes. But choosing Iowa, he probably gets to play 4 years, at least three, as a starter, for sure for three, but possibly four when he comes. Because honestly, he's pretty talented guy, 4-star guy. Um, and he's the third offensive lineman to commit to Iowa. And all of them look like they're going to be sensationals. Okay, so that's kind of cool. But we need the big guy. We need the number one offensive lineman in the nation, and you guys know who that is, Caden Proctor. We need him to commit. Um, I was kind of hoping he would commit by now. Most people feel he is going to choose Iowa over Alabama. I won't be convinced until he says I'm 100% committed to the University of Iowa. And so let's hope that that happens soon this week because I have a feeling that other dominoes will fall. We'll get some other recruits that, if Caden comes. But just think, with if Caden Proctor comes, the four offensive linemen that they have recruited for next year, if they get all four of them, that could be those four guys could be awesome for the years to come. Next 3 to 4 years, they could be really awesome on the line and give Iowa really something to build on for the future. More off, more good offensive linemen will breed more. They'll get more. Um, and so that's kind of exciting. Just to thinking about that, but I was kind of hoping Caden would um, commit. If he does, I will be live. I will come live on again as soon as he does. If this week. The other um, news that's kind of sad today is finding out that Luca Garza lost his spot with the Pistons. They had an option to pick him up for another year, and they chose not to do that. Now, what I'm surprised about here is he was coming on strong at the end of the season, having a very good season. Um, so it leads me to believe that the Pistons have had one winning season since 2007. Um, as the Pistons just disorganized, they don't know talent when they have it. Could that be it? Is that the reason why they're not winning? Or when they do have talent, they don't want to pay for it, so you're out of here, buddy. Um, I don't know. There has to be a reason why this Pistons team is not winning games. I'm not a Pistons fan, but I am a Luca Garza fan, and he was doing well, and you kind of hope the team does semi well and get him to the playoffs and stuff. And but honestly, excuse me, Pistons made a mistake. Um, as far as I can tell, the Spurs had the same option with Joe's Week camp. Joseph Joe Weeks camp. I can't even. It's early in the morning, guys, here in California, just around 7 o'clock my time. Um, so yeah, the Spurs apparently have kept Joe on for another season. They've used their option to keep him, as far as I can tell, because there's no news, and every time I try to research the news, it shows him still as a solid Spur. So at least Joe's going to get another shot. He spent most of his season, I think, in the G League, but he did play several games at the NBA level, and so I think averaging like 2 points a game or 2 minutes a game or something like that. Um, Although he did have a couple of decent games in there. So Joe, congratulations to you. Luca, you're too much of a talent. Somebody will pick Luca up. Don't know who, but somebody will. Somebody needs his talent. And somebody will recognize that in order to win, you need to keep good players on your team and pay for them. Um, so there you go. It sounds like Keegan Murray is settling nicely into Sacramento. I'm pretty sure he's there right now. Probably getting all of his work out and checkups and everything done, and so that's going great too. Um, in Iowa basketball news, Iowa's going to play Georgia Tech in the ACC Challenge this year. So that has been decided. So we're already playing Duke from the ACC on a regular season game, and now we got Georgia Tech. So a couple of tough games, guys. I think this year's schedule, except for maybe 3 or 4 teams, is going to be pretty solid. I don't know if we got a Big East team yet. If we are playing in the Big East Challenge, the Gavitt games as they call it, don't think we have a game there yet decided, or maybe we do. If we do, you guys can correct me on that. So, um, yeah, wow. I don't want it to be that short of a show today, guys, but um, the shows are going to get better and longer. I mean, right now we're kind of a slow, newsy day, and um, July 1st, football recruiting goes to sleep for a month. And so I would think that if we're going to hear anything about Caden Proctor, we would hear it today or tomorrow. Um, so hopefully he gets that done, because otherwise it's July 1st begins the dead period for the month. Also, should be some media day coming up in July, both in Chicago, and then maybe Iowa's would be whenever they open camp. They usually have the Iowa media days too, so that will be coming probably late July. I believe the Big Ten media days, if they're still going to do that, should be within the first couple of weeks of July, if I'm not mistaken. So football season's right around the corner, guys. It's getting here fast, and but I would say let's enjoy our summer. It's only the end of June. We still have July and August to enjoy our summer and get out there and do boating, barbecuing, picnicking, whatever your heart's desire. In my case, I moved. I was able to. Sunday and Monday were very, very hectic. Moving days. About nearly killed us in this 106, 107-degree heat. It really took a lot out of us, but yesterday, Tuesday, I was able to get into the pool for the first time at the new house and do a little spa treatment. Just kind of like rub those muscles, get them back to things. So water felt good, everything felt good to get out there, and so. But we still have a lot of unpacking to do here, and so. But we really like this place. It's really nice, and we couldn't ask for a better new home. It's pretty wide open, and we like it. There's a lot. It's definitely more spacious than the previous home, and so we're enjoying it. Getting used to living in the country, or finding that the bugs are more. Insects are all over the place. Running around outside and trying to clean it up. Trying to bring back the grass and the plants outside back to life that the previous owners neglected for quite a while, and so trying to bring that back to life as well. So, um, other than that, I mean, we got a lot more unpacking to do, a lot of boxes to get rid of. I got free moving boxes for anybody who lives in my area. You can come and get them. I got tons of them. Come get them out of my garage so I can get my car parked in there. All right, guys. It's gonna be about like a 12-minute show today. Going to be one of our quicker ones, not because not a lot of news going on. Well, let me double check real quick on some news. So let's see what we got going here today. All right, let's just run down the news of the day and see if there's anything else we want to. Oh, and the football schedule. Let's see. I was going to play Northern Illinois in 2025, but it was moved to 2026. Also on the 2026 schedule is Northern Iowa. You guys, that's just crazy. Um, Northern Iowa and Northern Illinois in the same season. Iowa can do better. I mean, nothing wrong with those teams. They do well within their, one within the MAC and one within their what they used to call Division 1, 2A, or something like that. Um, yeah. So, also Northern Illinois will play in 2029 at Iowa. So here's our schedule for our 2023 schedule. We have Western Michigan at Iowa State and Utah State. Killer schedule there, guys. 2024, not quite complete yet. They open with Illinois State, and the following week Iowa State. They do not have a third opponent yet. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I want to talk about the ACC model for football next year. We'll talk about that. So this show won't be as short as I thought it was. The 2025 schedule has Florida Atlantic, Iowa State, and Massachusetts. Massachusetts is in the same division, I believe, as you and I. I don't know anything about Florida Atlantic. 2026 schedule has just Northern Illinois and Northern Iowa. No Iowa State scheduled yet. So the Iowa State contract must run out after 2025 and must be waiting to see what the Big Ten does before they schedule the Iowa State game. 2027, they just have one game with Ball State scheduled. And of course, we already talked about 2029 has Northern Illinois scheduled. Okay. So it's kind of interesting. No killer opponents there. Nothing to bring the fans into the stands that fans want to see. Um, that's sad. Now, let's talk about the Ace because next year, everybody knows that this is probably the Big Ten's last year in Division East West, right? Um, so ACC starting next season has gone to what they call a 3-5-5 model. Each ACC team will keep three permanent opponents, and then they will play five of the other teams, and then the following year they'll play the other five teams, and then go back to the original five, and then flip flop back to the five. So they must only have 10 teams or something like that in that league. Makes it easy. I don't think Big Ten could be that easy with 14 teams. There's rumor that Big Ten would pick two or maybe possibly three permanent rivalries, and then rotate among the other 11 or the other 10. I guess it would be 10 or 11 teams that are left, and rotate through those. I don't think that obviously the 3-5-5 won't work because you don't get to play every team that way. ACC's done this because at least every other year you'll have played at least by that time you do every 2 years in a 2-year period. Like this. In a 2-year period, ACC teams will have played everybody at least once. And Iowa, I mean, Big Ten can't do that because of the 14 teams. If you pick three, because they do 9 games a season, they need to really get it down to 8. But so you got 3 permanent teams. Let's say Iowa has Nebraska, Minnesota, and Wisconsin as their 3 permanent teams. Okay, so you picked 5. That covers 8 teams, and then you pick 5 more for the following year. That's 13 teams. Somebody's left out, guys. So you got to go back and do 6. So let's say we do 6. 3 plus 6. That gives you your 9. Okay, gives you your 9, and that leaves 5 teams. 17. That leaves 7 teams that you would have to try to schedule in the next year. So again, somebody's getting left out on a 2-year span. Right, if I'm doing my math right. 9 and 5. Yeah, 9 and 5. So honestly, you play the 5 or 6 the following year, but somebody's still getting left out. So then you have to rotate back, and you get a situation where Iowa, hasn't played Ohio State since the 2015 Woodshed game. Although there was a scheduled game during COVID year that was taken away because of COVID. So you get situations like that where you don't get to play Ohio State for a long time. And I believe that's one of the few teams that Iowa missed out on a lot during that period. Okay, so that's still going to be the case. If Iowa tries to do something similar as the ACC model, it will still leave one team that you probably have to come back to. So the Big Ten model, if they follow the ACC, would have to be you play everybody once every 3 years. During a 3-year period, you will played everybody at least once. And I don't know how I feel about that. Would it work out easier if we just dropped to 8? I don't know. 8 teams in the Big Ten. Who knows? I don't know. But the ACC model, they're out there. I think they're the first league to drop the divisions and come up with a plan. So let's see. The Big Ten is expected to come up with a plan and drop their divisions as well as this year. SEC, who knows what they're going to do? With Oklahoma and Texas coming next year, they've got so many freaking teams in that league. I'm not even sure how they're going to work that out. So, and you can rest assured that even with all those teams, ACC still only plays 8. And all the powerhouse teams, except for teams within their division, will play all the weak teams to puff them up and get them into the playoffs. And the only strong teams you're left with are the ones inside your own division and the ones you'll hit when you do the tournament championship game. All right, now we're going to get out of here. Okay. Um, Gonna be about 20-minute show after all. It's a little longer than I expected, but we got some things covered. And guys, let's hope the next time you hear from me, we'll be able to say Caden Proctor is a Hawkeye. So let's go Hawks and enjoy your day. I got some things to do, and excuse me, I'm getting out of here. So bye.